Welcome back. It's your boy Fresh.
And I'm Mary, and we are a Co-ople of Nerds, and today we are going to be showing you our pickups for March 2024.
Do you hate sick kids?
You can't say that. Don't say hate.
Do you love when kids get sick?
You somehow made it worse. Don't say love.
Okay, yeah, no love, no hate. Got it. When you see sick children, do you think, I could eat?
We have once again paired up with the Meeple Society and Extra Life to raise money for children's hospitals all over the U.S.
On June 7th and 8th, 8 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be running a 24-hour gaming marathon live stream. And that's going to be broadcasted on our channel as well as the Meeple Society's.
And people who donate will be entered to a contest to win some of our games.
Wait, what? Our games? See you then. Bye-bye. First pickup. This is just the box. I'm not sure. I know Japanese boxes are quite different. I don't know if I have half a box because that's styrofoam or if that's the full thing. But I got a Japanese 64 with
Japanese 64.
with the matching controller.
Ooh,
so
it's pretty.
America did not get this two-tone style. So that's pretty cool. Now the special thing about this Nintendo, so my Nintendo 64 was always giving us headaches, and we had to run it through we couldn't run it through the splitter. Oh yeah, here's the console. Again, that two-tone style. And then this one does have the expansion pack, which is nice. He also 3D printed a universal slot so you could play Japanese or US games on it. And the other thing we picked up, as you all know, I have the entire physical collection of Nintendo 64 games. So I personally transferred them all to this retrospect. So it's basically like an EverDrive for the Nintendo 64. And it also has the Japanese exclusive titles on there, which I personally translated and went ahead and put that into the ROM files.
That was a lot of work.
Well, that was a busy weekend for sure. So we now have, or we've always had every Nintendo game, but now we just got them all onto one cart, our Nintendo 64 game. So that's even has my ROM hacks, some of the homebrews. I may not have every single homebrew and ROM hack, but there's enough on there for lots of entertainment. Up next, got a Game Gear game. When was the last time I picked up a Game Gear game?
It's been a while.
It's been a long time.
But, I mean, I also haven't really seen you play the Game Gear much. But you have the special...
Yeah, so I did get the converter for the analog Mega SG to play Game Gear games. I don't even have a Game Gear, so I just have that. But it is one of my favorite game series of all time.
Now, the Retron 5 plays Game Gear, doesn't it?
Yeah, I bought the converter kit on that too. It's just, the Retron 5 has a little more lag than the analog, so I mainly use the Retron 5 for Famicom and some of the Game Boy variants now. It's Shining Force, the Sword.
Can you see, old man?
Sword of Haya?
The Sword of Haja. Haja. It's a J.
I'm pretty sure it's a Y.
Hajya.
Oh, yeah, there's a J in there. That's really small writing. And the sticker looks a little fuzzy. But I do love the Shining Force series. I've only ever played 1 and 2 because I didn't have a Game Gear growing up. I didn't have a Sega CD growing up. I didn't have a Saturn growing up. So I'm excited to dive into that and see what I've been missing this whole time. Nowhere near the nips, by the way. So she can't complain about that.
Yeah, this one actually was really only up to about your hip.
Less than hip. Mid-thigh. So we got some Sega games here. Arcus Odyssey. So this is it's similar to Gauntlet. So it's kind of that mostly top-down, kind of slightly tilted game in which you're kind of running around a dungeon trying to find keys and trying to find magical items and stuff, and kind of as soon as you walk off an area, the enemy's immediately back. So there's lots of fighting in it, but you do shoot stuff, so it's not like up close combat. So you can kind of,
So it's not all melee.
Nope, and that is cooperative. So you can try that one out.
Have to try that one out together then.
Yeah. Speaking of cooperative games, we got Blades of Vengeance. I was really surprised when I played this game that it was 2 players because it's sort of a platformy kind of beat 'em up. I'll put it in the beat 'em up category. Okay. You got great big sprites for your characters. You can play as a female warrior, a guy warrior who his resting position, he kind of just rubs the sharp part of his axe. Maybe not the smartest. And then there's an old wizard.
A little creepy.
That is a little phallic-y. But you pick up items, you fight. It has probably too much platforming for the jump controls. I think that was, I'll say 95% of the damage I took was platforming based. So there's lots of lava levels, or lots of lava in the level, and if you fall off, you don't immediately die, but you're kind of drowning in lava while getting burned, and you gotta jump your way out of it. But I'll be excited to dive into that one a little bit more. Fatal Rewind. You actually saw me play this one.
Yeah, it's a really... first I was just oh, this game is just impossible.
These retro games, I love them, but man, you have to work that muscle. You play too many modern games and you kind of get a little numb to that timing and that
You died pretty
grind.
quickly and a lot.
Thanks, honey.
But then you found out the trick.
Yeah, I found out the trick about this game. So you're kind of looks like a little robot cyborg thing, and you've got various guns. I learned if you hit these little boxes, you can get a new gun.
Oh.
Missed that. But all the weapons, or all the enemies, are sort of what do you call it? Consecutive circles or consecutive squares, and they kind of flow in a snake flying pattern, and they can go around boundaries that you can't go through. So that's a little weird. The cool thing about this game is when you die, and you will die, as Mary has alluded to, if you hold the A button, they call it Fatal Rewind. It should be more like Fatal Fast Forward. So you will fast forward through the gameplay you just did, and then you can choose when to stop and pick the level back up. So if you realize, oh man, I really made a mistake back here. I didn't die from it, but if I can go back right before that and pick up, I know to avoid that enemy or make that jump that I missed. So that's a really, really cool mechanism for a Sega game. I mean,
yeah, that's a innovative idea.
Yes. What's the opposite of innovative ideas?
Trite?
The immortal, full of trite. You want to... there's a game... Is it... I want to say Dragon Quest. Or, I played it on the arcade, but it's basically like a series of quick time. And if you fail, one hit kill, you're dead.
Okay.
And basically that thing just ate quarters like crazy.
Okay. Make some money?
Yeah. This game is a lot like that. If you will step on certain spots on the board, instantaneously die. Game over. You have to start all the way back from the beginning, square one.
So it's a tough game.
And so the idea is that the levels never change. So you literally play till you make a mistake, start over, and you literally have to memorize the entire game and play through it in one shot. And you need certain items to beat certain characters or key, sort of like all kinds of various keys. Like some guy will, well, I want a bag full of rubies, and then you find the bag full of rubies and you give it to him, and he opens the gate that lets you keep going. And
there's no saves in the middle, huh?
I don't think
It's a fancy game of memory.
It's basically just one. It might have some in between levels. I got wrecked. This is not my style of game. I don't think you can save. You play it all the way through, one shot, no dying. That's not for me.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah. Mohawk and headphone jack for the Super Nintendo. Man, how to describe this game? Have you ever thought, I really want to play Sonic on a system that's not as good as the Sega Genesis for fast moving graphics. But I don't want that sort of the spin that he does, that he's sort of invincible and will kill everything. I don't want that to last too long. That's a horrible description. As I'm hearing it. Mohawk and headphone jack. So his mohawk here can sort of become like a spiky body.
Okay.
And you can do it mid-run, but it doesn't stay that way. He eventually rolls out of it. The biggest problem with this game is you move so fast that when the enemies come on, it's like you have to try to time that spike motion so fast. You go around, you collect CDs, and I guess you try to find the exit. It is 2-player cooperative, so you can be headphone jack, and maybe you'll have a better weapon than mine. There's another weapon where you just make yourself explode. Every time I've done it, I didn't mean to do it, so I never hurt anybody with it.
You make yourself explode and you don't die?
Correct.
Oh. Alright. Interesting.
This game is pretty heavy on the 90s, but it actually had a pretty cool soundtrack.
Okay.
Got a pair of Nintendo games here. River City Ransom. So I always kind of thought this was like a walk to the right and beat everybody up game.
Yeah.
And in a certain way it is, but it also has a little bit of RPG elements where each bad guy you defeat essentially drops a coin, and you can buy like health and special moves, like you can make your kicks faster, you can make your punches faster, and
that almost
various
reminds
things.
me of that Gaiden game.
Yeah, kind of like Double Dragon Gaiden. It
Yeah.
has a little River City Ransom to it.
Okay.
That one's also 2-player cooperative. Look at all these co-op games I've got for you. This one's not. Mega Man 3. Finally got that. I do love Mega Man. I definitely need to get... Not even Rust, because I didn't have a Nintendo growing up. I need to work that muscle, that finger muscle. because I do not have it right now.
Get some practice in.
Yes. The Ring, Terror's Realm
That
on
movie's scary.
the Dreamcast. I don't think that's based off The Ring, the movie. Surviving reality is only half the horror.
Are you sure it's not like, because there's a Japanese version which is supposed to be like the original version,
Yeah, that's
right?
called Ring U.
Yeah, but like maybe they just really based this game off the real one and not the American Ring and just named it the Ring.
Survival horror has entered a new realm. A deadly computer virus is killing humans. Do you think that's about a little girl in a well?
No. The really sad thing about the Ring is that there really wasn't a happy ending.
No. Why is that sad though? Life's not all happy endings there, honey.
I just think the whole world died at the end.
Well, I think it was. I guess theoretically it could keep going forever,
Exactly.
but it doesn't have to. So we got 2 brand spanking new games. I don't buy brand spanking new games too much anymore. I learned my lesson. But a couple games that I thought would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Princess Peach Showtime. Gracie's been
Yes.
getting more and more into games, and so
I think I'll like that one too.
Princess Peach, you gotta please the princess. Mario Party Superstars. So I bought this for the 24-hour live stream. It's gonna be video games and board games this time, and I thought that would be a fun one because basically Mario Party is a board game, video game.
Yeah.
Another one I bought for that, Mario Tennis Aces.
I'm not very good at tennis.
Well, it's Mario. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Me and the kids have played the bejesus out of this one.
The kids are actually pretty good.
Well, Grace is.
George isn't that bad for a 4-year-old.
If you don't touch the controller, you'll probably get 11th. That's what I'm talking about. These Sega games are stomping the bejesus out of me because if you don't touch this controller, you won't get last. I've gotten soft in my old age, but every day Grace wants to play that. Georgie's really into Turtles right now.
Ninja Turtles.
Every day Gracie wants to play Mario Kart 8. Let's see. No. I guess it doesn't matter. Why don't you do this one? Need to get a drink.
Are No Surge Ode to an Unborn Star?
That is a PS3 RPG. 7-dimension RPG. What do you know about the 7th dimension? That's double smell. Smell within a smell. This one I picked up because Mary's been talking about wanting to try this.
I don't know, just...
The Sims 2.
I know it sounds really stupid, but like, I just want to go in and like, build a house and...
Find a different husband?
Have some pets.
Yeah. I think we literally just did that all in 2024. Got a new house, got a new pet. Nano Breaker. You are the ultimate weapon. From the producer of the renowned Castlevania series.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So shape-shifting plasma blade offers a myriad of different attacks, including slicing, grabbing, and smashing enemies. Look at all that blood. You cannot put all that blood on the back of the video game and expect me not to buy it.
You.
Nightshade. At least my blood is fake. You watch all those murder shows with real blood.
Well, they don't show it. They just talk about it.
A new rift opens between the Earth and the evil realm. Unwilling to succumb to the demonic forces threatening Tokyo, people enlist the talents of Habana. With her sword in hand, she alone must battle legions of hellspawn and return peace to Earth.
She looks pretty badass.
She does look pretty badass. Emphasis on pretty. Eternal Poison. Another RPG. Another art. This is like a gothic RPG.
Yeah.
This is like if Scott and Jen from Metro Rivals had a baby.
They did.
And
have
it was
a baby.
and it was a girl baby.
Oh, I they have a boy. But not like recently.
Right. Every battle offers a choice of killing foes, enslaving them to fight at your side, or sacrificing them for profit. Again, you put a line like that on your game, I'm going to buy.
Disturbing.
Why don't you do this one? I need another drink.
Oh, so this seems like it's an... Alright. Artenelico. Melody of Alemia.
I don't think you did a very good job of that.
No, I didn't. But it was also ripped off on the end there, see?
No, it's just... That's a really old...
Sticker.
So, yeah, you see the 99 cents?
Yeah.
Never forget your first. So this is a game about losing your virginity. Interact with team members in a private digital world. Massive item customization. Expansive and futuristic world. Unleash song magic.
A little corny.
Look at that girl over there. Oh, I don't know if corny is the word I'd use. I'm
excited about this one.
Oh, wait a minute. We'll do that one next. I also got Point Blank for the PS1. Now, this also has Point Blank 2. It's just inside this big old box. Our old friend Retro Mikey was a huge fan of this series, and I'd never played it, so I saw that.
Comes with the gun and everything?
Comes with the gun and everything. So you want to do this one?
Okay. This is AK Zalodal Kickstarter edition. So it's about an axolotl.
Come on, get longer arms.
I think axolotls are so cool. So years ago, before I met you, I had planned to get
The Dark Ages.
A pet axolotl, and I researched everything, and I built a tank that the axolotl would go into, and I had it all set up. It was going to go they have to go in a dark place. It was going to go in this dark cabinet in like a temperature controlled area, and I was so excited. And the person who I was going to get the axolotls from, which was like a local breeder, I guess, of them or something, just never ended up returning my messages forever and ever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
So.
Well, in this one, you have an AK-47.
He's not really your pet.
So this one is a top-down roguelike shooter featuring AK-wielding axolotls. Blast your way through the animal kingdom with an arsenal of kick-ass guns, mighty power-ups, and even raise an army of trigger-happy baby axolotls.
Oh, they're so cute.
Yeah. So I don't remember if this one was 2-player. Nope, 1-player.
Okay.
So I think it's going to be like a twin-stick shooter. You know, looking down.
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch you play that.
Why aren't you into it? I don't think the twin stick's as bad as the one where you gotta look.
Yeah.
So basically, one moves you, and one changes the way your gun's facing.
Yeah. Still not very good at that.
Oops, I forgot to take off the price tag. I picked up my first strategy guide. We have this game. I have not played it. It's a Zelda game, so I assume it's going to be pretty awesome. It does have the poster in it still, so that's pretty cool. I don't know if I'll tear that out. I guess I'll wait and see if I like the game before I tear out that poster. If the game sucks, I'm like, I don't want that poster.
Yeah.
But it's a Zelda game. This is a 4-player Zelda game, but you need, I think it's Game Boy Advances and a GameCube connector to set that up.
So that you can play, so 4 people can play.
Right. So and you're playing off your Game Boy Advance, but you need 4 Game Boy Advances, a GameCube, and the game. A couple movies here. Iron Claw has the story of the Von Erich family. Horrible Bosses 2. We just randomly picked that up because we rewatched the first one, thought it was pretty funny, realized we didn't have the second one. Our realtor got us a gift card to a game store, so we went. We didn't really get a chance to look at everything. The kids were bugging the shit out of us, but a couple games that stood out: Above and Below. I've heard some good things. Build a village, explore the caverns below, manage your villagers. So that seemed pretty cool. And then Dwarf Romantic.
Yeah, it won the 2023
Spiel des
Jahres.
That's Game of the Year. So it's a cooperative tile placement in which you create a beautiful world of hexagonal landscapes.
I thought that looked fun.
Completing tasks. Yeah. Let's go to Japan.
Oh, yeah.
This is a Kickstarter game that we picked up. This is the base game, but it came in this like absolutely
very pretty,
beautiful cloth. If I untie it, I will never be able to retie it.
So we can never play the game.
So I'm not. Basically, a guy's vacation to Japan was ruined by COVID, so he made a game about what he was going to do in Japan.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Fairies and magical creatures. This is from the midsummer night when you and your great Aunt Victoria gazed from the garden gate of her country manor and saw fairy lights blinking near the edge of the forest. You knew that you had to get close to speak to one, to befriend a real fairy.
So I remembered that you had ordered this one because this was one of the ones you sent me a link to and was like, hey, what do you think? And you didn't even remember it.
I really did not remember this one. I think that was ordered a long time ago, to be fair.
But that's how much I remember liking the Kickstarter video on it.
Okay.
I was like, ooh, I can't wait to get that one.
Discover 30 unique fairy folk and enlist their help by drafting cards. Gain the trust of 5 fairy folk by placing kinship tokens. Build your garden with flowers, paths, and fairies' homes.
Aww.
So, yeah,
Pretty.
It's like a card kind of civilization building, but with fairies. We got Spark Riders 3000, the solo cooperative space survival game for 1 to 4 players.
This looks really cool.
Yeah.
Very colorful.
Yeah. I don't normally do a ton of space games, so it must have been the cooperative aspect of it.
Yeah.
You are riders, the best cosmonauts in the galaxy. Your mission: reach a destination to deliver a precious shipment and save humanity. Beware of the fearsome aliens chasing you. Yeah, so it looks like it does have an app.
Oh, okay. App assisted?
Yeah, app assisted. You're trying to deliver stuff while aliens chase you down. And of course it's Kickstarter, so we got a prosperity box. This is some new cards, some new tokens, some new minis.
That's pretty cool.
It's like some robots are after you, maybe. And last but not least, Dutch Resistance Orange Shall Overcome.
What is this about?
So you play as the Dutch resistance to nonviolent resistance during the Second World War.
Oh.
In a period where most people were too afraid to oppose occupying Nazi forces, some did not want to sit idly by. I'll be honest with you, I don't know much about Dutch history, but
I don't either.
any game that you get to kick some Nazi butt, I'm
And
in
it's
for.
cooperative.
And it's cooperative.
And it's scenario based.
Yeah. So we'll be kind of campaigning. Because you'll play one scenario after another. But at least it's not like a big... theoretically, it shouldn't be big giant. So we get to kick Nazi butt together. What do you think about that?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. That's it.
That's it.
I don't think that was actually too much. Like, in all reality, what we got 1, 2, 3, 4 Kickstarters all month. That's not very much.
The other are probably still at our old house because they haven't got the change of address.
Well, but there's no change of address for FedEx or UPS, so they might just be getting my games. And I'll have to do an extensive dive into what's outstanding from Kickstarter and all that. It's tough keeping up with it. I probably got a little too crazy there for a little while, but I've backed off. I don't send you near as many as I used to.
No, well, I don't have time to look. It's too busy at work.
So you shouldn't even care. And that is it. Let us know down in the comments section if anything jumped out to you that you want us to do a deeper dive on. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye. Hey, Pumpkin. You had to play Turtles with the kids when my belly was hurt yesterday. How was that?
Well, they kept asking me what characters were what, and I didn't know.
Did you mix up Splinter and Shredder again?
No. They're both S names. And they both sound fierce.
Splinter sounds fierce.
Yeah.
I got Splinter.
It hurt.